Hi, for those of you who are new, I would like to introduce myself as Music Johnston. It's the name of this channel. I am an artist who's been trapped in a 9-to-5 and also trapped in distracting, toxic relationships for pretty much my entire life, until I decided to move into a van and pursue a full-time career in music. You're watching my vlog, Music Johnston, and if you're not subscribed yet, I'm ready for you. Welcome to my channel. And the bit of footage that you're watching now is me laying on the floor of my van. This is the day that I just bought it, or picked it up rather. And it's mine, and I am clearly basking in the glow of my new purchase. So just stick around and I'm gonna tell you the story of getting the van. I sold my SUV. Also, I had to deal with piles of stuff, a lot of piles of stuff.
Stuff in your room, and that's fine. And plus, I never unpacked my stuff. So that green thing is my foam mattress that I had in my car.
I did catch my niece in the shower with Tina Turner. I didn't really mean to do that, but I'm glad that I did. Also, I did a lot of van shopping.
Video of this car. My wallet, very exciting. This big hatch. Look at this thing here with a thing that opens. I don't know how that opens. Not really sure. Oh, I see. Interesting.
I ran into a financial snag one day, and then I went on this school debt rant. I don't even know how to start the story. The story is, and it did escalate. Because I'm gonna die, and you're gonna die. The full version of that is on Patreon, if you're into that. I worked at a restaurant to earn money. And if a van drove by the restaurant or a camper, I definitely fantasized about it. So I feel like it's important to mention that I was living in a place that is far away from the mainland. I lived on an island that was remote, and so since I was hunting for a van, there really weren't vans that there wasn't enough shopping options, which required me to spend time and money going off island, which was a little bit spendy. Like, the more I shopped for a van, the more expensive it became, because I had to buy an expensive ferry ticket that was over 2 hours. It was usually at least a day trip, so sometimes I had to take time off work. And it was like a bigger ordeal, I think, for me to go shopping for a vehicle than, say, normal people that live in kind of a normal place. So I had to rent vehicles, and I had to buy ferry money, and gas prices were going up. So then there was also gas money, and and then I would need something to eat. So then I would buy something to eat and around. It was just like the expenses were climbing. And so it was, getting the vehicle was such a big deal. And so I don't know that I fully ever explained that in the videos. So there's all this footage of me just in the car and doing things like judging the cookie that I was eating. Schwartz Brothers Bakery. A review. For free. This is a free review. Scale of 1 to 10. I give it a 2. This is bad. Your other cookies are good. This is not a sacred cookie. Nah, it's not good. And then sometimes I just would explain my day or give myself random pep talks because I was nervous about what I was doing. I'm gonna do this. I am doing this. I am doing this. I am going to do this. I'm hunting for a van today. I'm on the hunt. I'm on a van hunt. I'm in the ferry line. These cars are all lined up to get on the ferry. This car is rented. Feeling very staunch. Like a desert warrior leader. I feel like I need to elaborate more on the ordeal to get this van. because of where I lived. It wasn't just that I had to spend a little ferry money and take a 2-hour ferry. It was like you had to wait in line before you even get on the ferry. And so there's like the time you wait in line. And plus, because of 2020, the employees like went on strike, and then there was only like one ferry a day. And then I forget if they got fired or they quit, but then they got new employees and they didn't know what they were doing. So more things would go wrong than things went wrong ever before. And I remember this one time I was on the ferry and someone like broke the anchor, and there was this announcement that was like, attention, we just broke the anchor and we're gonna float here until we like figure it out. And it was just hours. So it was like my time, and it was, I hope this is coming through. Like, I want to explain that because there's just like all these clips of me in the car. I'm just like in the car because I was in a rented car, like waiting. I was waiting. And I began to appreciate being on the mainland where you can just like drive to the thing that you need to get to. And if you've never lived remotely, you don't know what it's like. So this is me trying to explain it. And one time I didn't have a car for some reason. So there's this little piece of footage of me like sitting on the floor next to a heater because I was freezing and I was waiting for a ride. I was waiting for the ferry to come and rescue me because the ferry was heated, and I was like looking longingly at this snack machine. Also, I'm beginning to think that Tina Turner song is a great theme for my experience of getting this van. I don't even know what the words are. Something wheels on turning and something keep on turning. Because I just felt like I need to keep turning and spinning until I get to my goal.
What am I saying? I'm saying I'm gonna die someday. And today, I'm not dead. And you know what that means? It means I'm moving into a van with a fist. Moving into a van.
I'm talking quietly because there's a neighbor and the walls are really thin and I don't want to bother him. I don't want to bother the neighbor. It's the next day and I'm drinking tea, and I'm clearly not in a van because I'm house sitting. And here's a cat. Hello, cat. I mean, so what I'm getting to in the story is that I finally reached my goal. Once again, I'm sitting in the ferry line again. I keep doing these videos and it probably seems really boring because it's just like, oh, it's our face in a car, yay. But all these cars are getting on the ferry and I'm not because I'm waiting again. But I feel good. And like, I can't believe that I get to relax a little bit because I bought a van. I'm sitting here and I'm like, who can I call to tell about my van? And part of me doesn't really want to tell anyone. I kind of want to call someone and be like, hey, I bought a van. Hey. But I feel like everyone's kind of busy. And I'm like, well, this is just my personal joy then. So I'm just sitting here going over my paperwork for my car, my loan and everything. Learning how to do math in a way that makes sense to me for the first time ever, because I'm actually applying it to my real life. I remember doing problems like this in high school. They were like, if blah, 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 interest in car and house and interest, and you have interest, then blah, 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 answer and make these numbers. And I remember being like, yeah, so anyway. It's really early in the morning and I'm not sure where I'm going with all of this. I mean, I know what the video's about, but I don't know where I'm going with all of this. And you know, that's really fitting because when I got the van, I wasn't sure where I was going with all of it. Part of me knew. Everyone that thinks there's something wrong with me, and there were those people. They thought there was something wrong with me. Yes. And, but I knew. I was like, they think there's a problem when actually I'm a genius. A genius. Yes. There were a lot of things that I didn't film because I was like learning something new. I've never like bought a car like that before, and I've never lived on a remote island and had to like you know, every time I saw a car online that I wanted to go see, I had to like spend at least $300 because of the ferry money and the gas money and whatever else I had to get along the way. And like all the time and scheduling it just to go see like one van. And then, you know, it was just like, I didn't film the other stuff because I was so focused. I couldn't multitask. I couldn't be like, and here we are at the thingy. And weirdly, it was very emotional. I was doing this major life shift. I mean, moving, maybe other people move into a van and they don't have some kind of like emotional shift, but I did. I was like excited and focused. I was like a hunter. I was a tiger. I was like, I'm very focused on getting this very small rabbit. Yeah, like there was this one moment I wish that I had filmed. I was at the dealership and I was going to pick up my van and they said, come tomorrow at noon to get the van. And so the next day I came at noon and the lady who sold me the van said, you're early. And I was like, I am? You said to come at noon. She was like, yeah, you're early. Your van's not ready yet. And yeah, I was not late. I was like on time. I'm always early or on time. It's chronic. It's almost a problem. It's almost a problem because I'm so on time. And they were like, get the van at noon. And I was there right at noon. And I mean, I show up to parties early and then I park and then I make myself wait in the car because I'm like, I shouldn't be so on time to party. I keep getting my words mixed up about late and early. I am too on time and sometimes early to parties, and I like make myself, you know, be a little bit later. But the dealership, they said that I was early. Anyway, it's early in the morning here and I'm getting my words mixed up and I'm sitting on the floor because I'm charging the thingy. I ran out of that. It's a little haphazard. I'm a little haphazard today, it's true. And so I had to call my sister back who gave me a ride and I was like, hey, the van's not ready. Can you come pick me up? And my sister is like, she's fierce and she came and like kind of like yelled at the person that sold me the car, and I saw the entire thing, but they were like across the room, and I wished I had just like lifted up the camera and like there were arms waving, but I was like super nervous, and so I just pretended that these fake plastic plants were the best thing since peanut butter during their whole little altercation. And then my sister like left, and then I was gonna go get in the car in a second, and then the lady that sold me the van was like, you know, because she thought we had bonded, so she was like, your sister just yelled at me. And I was like, I'm not apologizing for anybody, not on this day. I'm gonna get my van and I'm out. And I just looked at her and I was like, mm-hmm. They were like, come here at noon, your van will be ready. And then it wasn't ready, and then they were like, oh, it's your fault. Oh yeah, and we're back to this video. I was pretty much about to cry the entire time. And I was just so mad and like potentially hurt, but I was fighting with, I was like, I could be mad, but I'm gonna be happy and live my best life. And that's what I'm doing now. I'm living my best life. Thank you so much for watching this video. You can watch the angry video if you're into angry videos. You can go to my Patreon and watch the whole thing. I did a really good job ranting. I did a really good job. I'm also on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, obviously. I'm doing this big, crazy thing. It has been unfolding for the last 6 months. This is only part of the story. If you love what I'm doing and you want to support, you can donate to moi at Music Johnston on Venmo. All the links and stuff are in the description. I'm really insanely excited about telling my story. I can't wait to tell you what happens next, but I have to tell this part of the story first. I'm sending out all my love to you all. If you like this video and if you subscribe, I'm just beyond thrilled that we found each other. I'm so glad. So glad. So glad. Yeah. Okay. I hope your day is amazing, and I can't wait for the next video. I can't wait for the next video.